Hello again. Welcome back to our discussion. We're talking about anti-aging today. My guest is Dr. James Meschino. The question that we had from our phone caller was to do with osteoarthritis and stiffness, two huge issues of aging. What are some of your recommendations?
Yeah, I think in her case the stiffness is caused by the osteoarthritis. Yes. Right? So from a nutritional standpoint, what really is useful is that from the foods that you eat things that don't give the body building blocks for the inflammatory process. A lot of people don't realize when you're eating red meat and high-fat dairy products and cheese and butter and whipped cream and ice cream, that you're actually feeding the body the building block from which it makes inflammatory chemicals in your joints that make those problems worse. So that you try to eat lower fat products, chicken, turkey, fish, soy, 1% milk, 1% yogurt, and you stay away and you have more soy products if you can. Then from a supplementation standpoint, if you use a combination of fish oil, borage seed oil, and flaxseed oil all in one capsule, it gives your body building blocks from which it makes anti-inflammatory chemicals, and all of a sudden the inflammatory component, the stiffness, is less. Then you want to rebuild the joint cartilage. And so what people weren't told years ago, because we didn't even know this years ago, that your body makes a compound called glucosamine, but as you get older you make less of it. It's part of the aging process. And that allows your joint cartilage to thin out, and then you get the osteoarthritic changes in the joint. And so on an x-ray you can see the joints are closer together because the cartilage is sort of missing. But we know now that if you take glucosamine orally as a supplement, you can start to build some of the cartilage back, or at least maintain it, strengthen it so it doesn't get worse. And so I've combined glucosamine with 3 anti-inflammatory herbs to sort of break up that inflammatory process, reduce some of the stiffness, give people the supplement of borage seed, flaxseed, and fish oil in one capsule. So when they take the glucosamine formula with the oils and they lower their animal fat intake, now they start to, after it doesn't happen immediately, but within 4, 6, 12 weeks, all of a sudden their joints are moving better, they feel better, the inflammation's down, and then you need some gentle exercise. And everybody, their exercise program has to be specific to their own case. Over the television, I can't recommend what to do exactly, but there are things you can do over and above just taking medications to control that arthritic condition. That's the point.
Wow, okay. Now before we get back to you on the phone lines, I want you to take a look at 2 of the books authored by Dr. James Meschino that we're discussing. A lot of the information that you're hearing is coming from one or the other here. He's authored 4 books, but The Wrinkle-Free Zone is one, and the other one is the Meschino Optimal Living Program, and the smaller print says 7 steps to a healthy, fit, age-resistant body. Now, you've discussed, Dr. Meschino, many methods, and it all requires some kind of a lifestyle change, of course. But in listening to you, you're talking about not just healthy foods and exercise, but supplements. Must we take supplements? There are those that still argue, well, we can get it in our foods. What's your position on this?
You know, you hear the debate where, that supplements are a waste of money. It's just, you can get everything you need from food. Here's nature's plan. Once you survive infancy and early childhood and you go through puberty, people get a biological urge they made up. Then they get together, they have kids often. You get older, the kids get older. You get older, the kids get older. You get older, the kids get older. Once you're 40 or 45 years old, nature looks at you and says, basically, yeah, your kids are going to be self-sufficient soon. We don't need you on the planet anymore. You're in the way.
Cool.
So now, built into our own DNA, into our own genetics, there's an aging clock that then sets the stage for decline, decay, degeneration, so that death will occur. So just at a point in your life where you're figuring out who you are, and you'd like to keep, your life going, your nature's plan is for you to have decline. The truth is that supplements really become important at that point, because we know as your body runs out of coenzyme Q10, it sets the stage for congestive heart failure and blood pressure. You run out of glucosamine, it sets the stage for arthritis. Your body doesn't have estrogen, calcium leaks out of bone, vitamin D to keep it in you need higher levels of it. You need certain nutrients for your brain to keep your immune system strong. After the age of 40 or 45, if you don't use targeted supplements the way I talk about them, then you're just allowing nature to take its course. So yes, if you're happy with nature's plan, you don't need supplements. But if you want to extend your functional life so you have a more highly functional body and mind for the longest period of time, then the targeted supplements that I talk about in that book and in the seminars that I teach are the ones that have got the best scientific support behind them. And so it depends on what the person's goal is. If they really want to maintain a more highly functional body and mind, supplementation is an integral part of it.